Welcome in today. We're going to talk about pushing past fear. Why? Because when I tuned in before I started this, that's what I was told. So, releasing, letting go of fear. So, I'm going to give you a channeled message first, and we'll see what comes through after that. So, welcome to my channel. Anyone who is new here listening, I am a hypnotherapist and divine healer, meaning I do regression therapy. I will take my clients back by following physical sensations in their body, the emotions, the trauma that they're holding within their body, follow it back to where it began, heal it. Then I speak the divine word over people. They let go of what it is that they need to go, and they are healed. Hence why my company is called the Real Healing Institute. So welcome. Channeled message here today. Someone listens to everybody else and wants to know why the decisions and the choices that they've made haven't worked out for them. And it's been because they have listened to everyone else. I want you to understand something. That what you want, it also wants you. But when you don't know and you don't understand, because you're in an energy of confusion, what it is that you want, whenever you go out into your environment, whenever you are hanging out with someone else, whenever you go and you're there with nobody, the thoughts that you have in your head, the voices that speak to you, that tell you what it is that you want, that voice is not your own. It is someone else. It is what someone else has told you that you want. It is what someone else has observed in you and what it is that they believe that it is that you want. Because you're listening to someone else. Stop it. Imagine for a moment that it's only you that exists, that those people, whoever that is, there is someone in particular that tells somebody all the time, tell him. And I think whoever is listening, someone here who is listening, doesn't even realize that this is happening. Eventually, all things change. You hearing these words right now being spoken to you might be that catalyst, that change for you. But I want you to understand and look back. It's been 10, 11 years plus, 12 plus years perhaps, 10 plus years for sure, that you have been listening to someone else and their wants, their desires. But they are bringing it about, they brought it about in such a way that you took matters into your own hands. This person wants this, they can get it from me. I'm going to give it to them from me. And you are fulfilling someone else's wants and desires, believing that it is also your wants and desires when it isn't even something that you want. Plain and simple, simply put, what you want wants you too. But when you don't know what it is that you want, because you've been entangled and messed in with a bunch of confusing energies that are dictating for you what it is that you want, and through your belief system, you've believed in it, thinking, oh no, this is what I want. When indeed, it isn't, and it did not ever feel good at any point. At some point you thought, yeah, that's what I wanted, because you wanted to make someone else happy. That was your want that was fulfilled by involving yourself in that other person's environment and their wants for you, believing it was also what you wanted. But it wasn't. It wasn't then. It isn't now. It hasn't been, and it isn't going to be what you want in the future, because your wants and your desires are actually someone else's wants and desires. I want you to understand this very deeply. because your purpose cannot be fulfilled when you are in this current energy that you're in. The passionate, the fulfillment, the passionate pursuits that you want to go ahead with, you won't even recognize them. It wasn't even on your radar, because what you actually want was so obscured by someone else's wants and desires for you, to have you in their life and to behave and be a certain way. I want you to be happy, they said to you. But they did not mean this. They were words that were spoken that did not bring any life to you. They were lifeless, meaningless words. What somebody should have said, if they were speaking the truth, was, I want you to be here. I want you to do for me what I want you to do for me. I don't want you to find someone else to fulfill you. I'm going to keep you lacking so that you keep chasing after the fulfillment that you think will come when somebody else's needs are met. If I could just make this person happy, I could be happy too. No, I'm telling you, no. This is not the answer. This is not the solution. And this is also not the outcome. The evolution of mind that will not occur for you as long as you remain in these low frequency vibrations and energies will be detrimental to your soul's purpose. This is why currently you are stuck in moments, even if it's momentary, but throughout each and every single day you experience this, moments of confusion and a downgraded lowering of energy that can be physically felt in your body, almost as a depressed, anxious type energy, worried, feared, fearful, subpar to what you want to be experiencing in your life. This experiment that you have allowed to go on for 10, 11, 12 years plus, it needs to be done and over with and perceived more honestly. This could lead to the ending of something that for you is very valuable. But I'm going to tell you right now, this ending will bring more worthiness and much more value and valuable energies into your existence when you recognize it and you let somebody else go away. Go ahead and allow them to stay and remain in the unchanged energies for as long as you feel comfortable in them. Uncomfortably comfortable, I should say. Now, someone else who is listening and still listening, even though this hasn't completely applied to you, it has applied in some respects to the fact that you're still listening, hoping you'll hear something else. So this is now for you. A woman in your life has been, this like bright, vibrant light to you. But there has been shadows within the self that there is fear around. So I can physically see where they're being held in your body. So I'm going to state these so that if this is you, you might, this will just be extra awareness for you. So I see that it is in the left, up in the upper head, kind of in half of the head on the left-hand side, down, and then it goes down and it goes into the shoulders, kind of on both sides. It's also on the left side, kind of underneath the rib, in the torso area. And then it extends down, and it's in both legs. The left one mostly at the top, the right one all the way from the top down to the bottom. So someone needs something to be changed, and they're going to choose and make a decision, and they're going to make it right now. This is going to alleviate the energy and the pains, the physical pains that have been there resting within the body, held within the auric and energetic system. And these have been held in here for much too long. Okay, so as we release these energies here today, they're going to be released with spoken words. So I'm going to speak those words right now. Whenever you go outside for a walk, next time that you go for a walk, I want you to slow down. It has been a long time, if ever, since you've actually slowed down. It's been bad for you here lately. Here it's been what you would consider bad. So as you slow down, you're going to go outside, even if the ground is wet, even if it's cold, it doesn't really matter. You're going to have bare feet. And as you're outside, preferably in the grass, but I mean, it depends where you live, depends when you're listening to this. It's not going to harm you if you walk in the snow. You're going to have some bare feet. You're going to go walk in the grass, but you're going to slow down so much so that every step that you take is intentional, and that you become considerate and thoughtful about the insects that might be there on the grass. And so as you take a step, you're kind of warning whoever's on the grass there, hey, I'm walking through this empty space here. If you happen to be in this path that I'm about to walk down, I want you to know I don't want you to be harmed. And then you're going to take the slowest walk you've ever taken in your life. Maybe it'll take you 30 minutes to take 60 steps. I don't really know. But you're going to thoughtfully take a step on the ground. And with each step, you are going to say, I let it go. I let it go. And you are going to imagine whatever that is that you know you need to let it go. You know you need to let it go. Someone needs to hear this right now, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to command you, I'm going to demand that you let it go. Someone needs to hear this. Every step that you take on the ground, you're going to tell yourself, I let it go. And now you're going to imagine while you are walking there on that ground, very slowly, that every step that you take as you are walking in one direction, every step you take as you walk in one direction, you're going to keep walking in that direction until you let it go. Someone needs to hear this right now. And you're going to keep walking in one direction, and every time that you take a step, you are going to imagine that energy, that person, that thought, that situation, that environment, that career, whatever it is, work, something, I don't know. Someone needs to hear this. You're going to let it go. You're going to imagine whatever color that energy is that is attached to that thing, whatever level of vibration, whatever frequency it is that it's there in your body, that you are transmuting it, you are putting it down into the earth. You're going to put it in the earth. Once you have visualized and you have put that thing completely down in the earth, then, and only then you can turn back around and you can walk back in the other direction. And you are going to walk very, very slowly back in the other direction. And every step that you take, you're going to imagine this beautiful, brilliant, divine, loving alignment frequency. And so every single step that you take, you're going to fill yourself up with love. It looks like brilliant, beautiful, bright, white light. But what you can do is with every single step that you take that is going to be so slow that you're not going to harm anything on this earth ever again. You're not going to harm anything on this earth ever again. Not yourself included in that. But every step that you take, you're going to imagine that this love is filling up your body, and you are going to imagine exactly what it is that you actually want. And you're going to see that thing being fulfilled with zero doubt in your mind. And so however long it takes you to walk back, I hope that it's a significant period of time and that you're not rushing through this, because this is for you. This exercise is made for you. This is why this is being channeled for someone who happens to be listening right now. Because this message is just for you. I have no idea. I don't have a clue. But the divine knows, and so if you're hearing this and this is you, then I guess it's probably pretty important. But the importance of the message, someone needs to hear this, is to let it go. And I see this in capital letters. Let it go. I don't know what it is, but you do. Every step that you take, I let it go. 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 And you will feel freer and freer and freer and freer. Just pretend, just imagine. And I want you to see what that looks like in your life after you've let it go. Just pretend and see what that looks like. Why does it feel so good? Why do you feel so free? Because that's you. That's what's meant for you. Now someone else who's listening, whenever you go out in public, you freak out. You get all socially anxious and you start thinking, I wonder what those people are thinking. Here's the deal. The reason why you're feeling this way is because you did have some situation, some wounding in the past. But the reason why you had that wounding in the past is because your creative mind was sending out judgments towards other people when you were younger. And I mean younger. I'm seeing you as like a kid in elementary school. That there was judgments that were coming out. Thinking, I don't like this. That's gross. I don't want that. Whatever it happened to be. Now these judgments, you are afraid because you intuitively know that we receive back our karma. Well, I'm going to tell you, baby girl, you already got your karma back, so stop worrying about it. It already came back to you. So whatever you're worrying about when you're going out, it's not going to come back unless you create more of it right now. So stop creating it. I want you to believe in the love, the divine love. You do believe in the divine love. I know that you do. So focus on it more. And so every time that you go out in public and that thing starts to creep there in your head again, recognize this as the fear, as the devil, as that bet that the devil made with God, that people would believe in the devil. They would believe in him more than they would believe in the goodness. And you recognize this, you know this, only believe in the goodness, baby, because it's only meant for you. That goodness is for you. And those things that you think or that you wonder what other people are thinking about, it doesn't matter what other people think in their heads. It doesn't matter. And it's only your perspective. It's only your perspective. Those people, someone needs to hear this, that it is only your perspective. That those judgments that you think that they're casting out, they're judging out, first of all, they aren't. And second of all, quit attracting those things to yourself. Now, someone else needs to hear this. Whenever you go out, you spend your time judging other people. Now, the deal with that is that karma is going to be returned back to you. It's currently being returned back to you in your life. All that judgment that you put out, I can see it. Like this is daily. That when you're that when you're judging somebody and you're sending it out, that same day somebody else is doing that to you. I see this. And it's almost like it doubles it. It's almost like when you do it once, it comes back double. I don't know why. I haven't ever seen this before. I guess this is maybe karma to make you recognize it, or perhaps part of this is coming from another lifetime and it just happens to be playing out simultaneously. This double judgment. But I want you to know that that criticism that comes out of your mouth, that flows out of your mouth so effortlessly and so easily, it makes you feel like you're in control and like you're powerful. It's degrading your soul. It's going to bring down the environment that's around you. It's going to bring it down around your ears. I know you don't understand that. You don't get it. But it will actually degrade the physical environment that you have around you. And you're looking around and you're like, oh, my things are nice. That's not happening. Wait for it. But here's the thing. The reason why I'm telling you this right now is because someone needs to hear this. And whenever you let go of that judgmental and critical mind that you have, you will be set free. And all that karma that you're daily receiving back, that you hate it will stop that day. The day that you stop it, whenever you decide to do that, whenever you commit to yourself that you're going to stop judging and criticizing other people, that's the day it's going to stop. It's going to stop. People are going to stop doing it to you. And I know you want revenge. You want revenge on someone because somebody hurt you. Somebody did that to you. Somebody hurt you, and so you're seeking revenge. But what is happening? Ooh, I feel myself getting angry. Like I feel this feeling. It's there in my chest. What is happening? Oh, I see it. I understand it. I understand it. This is why you're so tired all the time. This is why. Because 95% of your energy, just happened to me right now, I just experienced it so I could understand what's going on a deeper level. 95% of your energy is being worried and judged and criticized away from you. You are not a failure, and I want you to stop seeing yourself as a failure. You tell yourself that at least 7 times a week. Oh, I'm such a failure. I should just give up. And then to add to it, you criticize and you judge all of these other things around you to take that failure off of yourself. It's not doing that. The only reflection that it has is to make you look like you've got a really low vibe going on. And you've probably even noticed that certain people have stopped hanging around with you. It's because of the judgment and the criticism, and they know that when they're not there, you're doing it to them. And they don't want anyone to be mean. They're saying, don't be mean to me. But you're saying the same thing. But it is the judgment and the criticism that other people are seeing, and they're afraid of it. They're scared of it. Why? Because they recognize it for what it is, which is a fear-based energy. And they don't want to be around it. They want to live in heaven. And I know that you do too. I know that you do too. But you're confused and you're unsure of how to take that step or how to make that feeling go away because you feel like you're a victim of what that person did to you. But this is karma being returned to you from a previous life, from something that you did in that life to that person. You had an agreement before you came here. You had an actual contract, a piece of paper that the two of you agreed upon, that they would come back and that they would harm you here in this life so that you could and would have to heal it, because they had to do that 2 lifetimes ago because of you. But I'm telling you, the day that you stop the criticism and the judgment, and this is a tough one for you. This is a hard thing to overcome. You've considered it in the past, but you never took the steps forward to actually make it happen. But once you do that, first of all, you're going to stop putting out the things that are then going to be returned back to you, that you don't want any of those things that you've put out there. You don't want any of them. You don't want them. You don't want them. Put it off. You don't want those. But what's going to happen is over the next 6 months from the day that you decide, the next 6 months, you write it down on your calendar, the day that you decide that you're going to stop being critical and judgmental. And that rather than the criticism and the judgment that you would have normally spewed about the person or about the environment or about the organization or whatever it happens to be that you would normally be critical and judgmental about, the day that you decide that you're going to stop, mark it on your calendar, because 6 months from then, everything in your environment will have been changed. And the people that you would normally spend your time sitting around being critical and judgmental about, they won't even be in your life anymore. They'll be gone. And at the time when that happens, you might see this as something that's bad that's occurring, but it will be the best blessing. It will be only goodness. Because we can only rise as high as the people who are in our environment. And it has been doing yourself a disservice by being in the company of such low frequency people and keeping yourself in such a low vibrational frequency environment. It's been detrimental and damaging to you. Now, I'm just being told you need to let it go now. Let it go now. Let it go now. The judgment and the critical part of you that you feel is so ingrained because it is deep within there, within the soul. But this is coming from an insecurity. This is coming from a lack of self-love, from a lack of feeling valuable, from a lack of worthiness. That's where this stems from. Because when you truly believe in your worthiness and in your value, you won't judge or criticize anything anymore. at all. The judgment and the criticism will just be gone from your lips, from your mind, from your spirit, from your soul. It'll just be gone. The environmental factors occurring on our earth, on our planet right now, have been exacerbated by the news, by people spreading it and by focusing on it and thereby creating more of it. The climate and the weather conditions that are occurring on our planet have been exacerbated by the news, and therefore, if you do not want to participate in the destruction of our planet due to unprecedented weather issues, then stop listening to the news. It's not a warning. They're not warning you. They are controlling your consciousness by telling you what it is that they want to happen. They know how all of this works, and it's playing out exactly how they want it to happen. Well, this has been a slice here today. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. If these messages were for you here, please drop a comment below. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. You can send this channel to a friend. Pick your favorite video and send it to them. I would truly appreciate that. That would be a gift to me. You guys are all a gift to me. Thank you so much, my darlings. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode. See you then.